Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Big Gold Belt Podcast. I can't even say my own show name. But we're live today, and I'm always accompanied by my good man, Hill Will Mahoney. What's up, dude?
How's it going? Get it together, 2 Chains. It's a Tuesday night. It's not wintertime feeling. It's a weird spring evening here in the DC area. And that might actually be kind of fitting because we're going to the desert tonight.
Well, see, I knew you were going to do that. But what's so funny is that for all you non-global warming believers, could you believe that it snowed in Vegas today?
No way.
It definitely did, and we got somebody that could definitely contest to that. We have a special guest. Oh man, so many names you can give this guy here, but I will start off by saying, first of all, he is the Moonwalk DDT specialist. He's the king of pop. This guy's absolutely doing this damn thing in Vegas right now. We'll talk about the show. We'll talk about the rest. We got so much to talk about tonight, but we do have special guest Santana Jackson tonight. What is going on?
Hey guys, how you doing? Thank you for having me. Out here living the dream, doing what I can do.
Now, of all the things that happen in Vegas, like everyone has their perception about what Vegas is, and all the different events and qualities you get in Vegas. But could you imagine going to Vegas to get snow today? Like, how crazy was that?
It was nuts. I was actually out riding on a scooter with my brother, and the next thing you know, we were getting hit by hail. I'm like, get out of here.
How the heck does that work? Snow in Vegas.
That is so crazy. I mean, we had snow for about 2 weeks out here, and it's been really, really, really cold as the polar vortex, whatever they were calling it. But we actually got some good weather within the last 2 days. And then I saw your video, and you was like, can you believe this? And he picked up a piece of hail. I was like, there's no way. No way.
Hitting hard too. It was hitting. I'm glad I wasn't wearing any makeup. It knocked the makeup right off my face.
But yeah, thank you for coming on the show. So let's get right into it. We have to immediately talk about the viral video that went about, and I just quickly give my thoughts when I seen it. I just didn't even know there was a mesh of what I saw that could just bring me so much excitement and so much joy. And the guy that was recording it, his pop was just like my pop. I was like, holy hell, I can't believe I'm seeing it. And then it was like from seeing it on my phone 1 second to seeing it on ESPN as soon as I got home, I'm like, oh my God, this is taking off. But for anybody that's been under a rock, this is a video of Santana Jackson. He's a professional Michael Jackson impersonator. And he was in the wrestling ring and he executed a moonwalk DDT, the smoothest moonwalk I've seen. And it just was just crazy. It did about 5 million views on one video, I heard, in a day.
Yeah, it went a little crazy. I heard about it the next day. They're like, you went viral. They talking about you. Everyone like, no way. I was took it back. I was like, I seen the video. I was laughing. My family was laughing about it. Next thing you know, it got more serious. I got T-shirts made now.
Yeah,
ride that wave.
Oh, for sure. I mean, yeah, what type of calls and what type of like knocking on the doors were you getting when this was all happening? Because anytime something like that, everybody wants to hear the story. Everybody wants an opportunity to talk to the guy. Like, what type of things came your way?
Oh man, just a lot of interviews. I get a lot of calls from radio stations. I heard about Corbin was talking about me. A couple of different guys. It's like, I don't know how to say it. It's been crazy. It's just a lot of talk here and there. Everyone wants to know about what I did, how I come up with it, because I'm also work with Jake the Snake, the master of the DDT there. So and learning from him was real cool. So I got video of me and him just hanging out, moonwalking around him. He's just like, this guy over here, I don't know. But no, it's been crazy. It's definitely something different. A lot of more opportunities. I'm able to wrestle some more, get some more gigs, and do some more stuff. A lot of people come to the show and watch me like, hey, you're that guy that moonwalk DDT, aren't you? I'm like, shh, don't tell everybody. I'm gonna have to do it to
you. Yeah, seriously, from the matches I've seen of yours at Future Stars of Wrestling, you just hear the crowd just saying they just want the move. They're looking for the spot every single time you get the opportunity. That is crazy.
They call it out immediately. They love that spot. I'm like, man, you know what? That's it. That's gonna be my spot every time. I'm gonna keep that up. But I'm working on some other stuff too. So there's a lot of new moves I'm working on to put out there. It's gonna be real fun.
I was seeing a little something out there. What, a King of Pop elbow drop also being thrown into the mix?
Oh yeah. You know, I slow it down for the crowd go nuts. Do a little bit of the Hulk Hogan this, and then I just go ahead and drop it down like The Rock.
There you go.
Got my inspiration from The Rock. That's when the King of Pop elbow drop came from. So if you look at it, I start from the top, and I'm doing all this here, work my way across their body, hit the rope, elbow drop. You know, a little bit of a Rock, but a King of Pop style. You know,
there you go.
Nothing wrong with that. So you did mention Jake the Snake Roberts, and I mean, obviously you've been training with him. Can you talk about how that's been, knowing his very prestigious history in wrestling, and also him being the founder of the DDT? And can you also say, did he initially give you the blessing to use the move? That's typically a standard thing in wrestling. Upon making a finisher, you usually have to consult the OG of it. But can you talk about that how that experience been?
No, it was real cool. Like training with him, he's a real tough trainer. So he makes sure you work hard. He makes sure you running around that ring, you doing your squats, he puts you to work. But he's like a real cool guy, real humble dude. Funny, you know. He likes to be a clown. So the moonwalk. When I told him about the moonwalk DDT, he liked it. He loved it. He thought it was funny. He's like, "Oh, I'm the of course he's the originator." Like, but you know, he gave me some blessings. He appreciated what I'm doing with it, and man, the future stars of wrestling is giving me a good opportunity to do something. So, I'm just trying to take it where I can and enjoy it. And to work with this legend is crazy because it's like I'm sitting there like, do you know who you are? Then you got D'Lo Brown who comes in out of nowhere and starts training us as well. I'm like, oh man. I watched you guys. I used to do the whole head thing too. I had a pet snake too, but we didn't last long.
Man. Go ahead, Will. You about to say something?
Considering Jake being so well known for his psychology and all of his mannerisms, I'm sure the Michael Jackson deal, that probably really like struck a chord with him as far as like how you can really spice up doing the DDT with just everything you can do leading up to it. So did he talk about that as far as like using the psychology to really milk that move for all it's worth with all the little extra spice you can put on it with the Michael Jackson deal?
Well, he was giving me a lot of advice with doing the DDT, he know the moonwalk stuff. He's like, that's on you. You got that. So he's like, I ain't gonna moonwalk nothing.
Right.
He said for the DDT, he was definitely giving me tips on that, how to do it, how to plant it a lot better, how to swing my legs, and he gave me a lot of detail into working on it to do a lot better move. Because he watched the first time, he's like, you could do it better, you got to do it like this. Of course, he's the originator, so I'm gonna listen to him. So, I mean, besides that, it was cool just to hear him talk to me. He's like, yeah, you're gonna do it like this, you're gonna grab him. He put me in the headlock, he put me in the DDT. I was like, okay, I got to take one from him so I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. If you're going to learn it, you learn it from the best. There you go.
So working with future stars of wrestling, I mean, they bring in an abundance of talent from all arrays, from all over the world, always constantly putting on top tier shows. My question is from the different people that's come in, have you had any type of advice or have you ever had any opportunity to learn from anybody that was also brought in that you wanted to learn from, or that just went out their way to show you some love?
Sabu.
Really?
He's been really cool. He's talked to me a few times. He wants to actually train with me and teach me a few things. I love working with a lot of the guys that are at FSW now. They know a lot of the stuff, how to really run it, and they're catching me up. So I'm slowly catching up, but I learned a lot from these guys, and these guys are awesome. These guys are the next big thing, and I'm like, to be around them is like, wow, I'm gonna watch these guys blow up, but they're helping me do something as well. For them to take their time to help me is like a big thing too. So there's like family. Like you never know who's gonna show you something, but everyone's teaching you something from either place. You got D'Lo one day, you have Jake another day, you have Sin one day. You got all these great guys that are just teaching you, and you can see the passion they have. You go there with a passion, they're there with a passion with you. They're showing you the love. Sorry, my dogs are going crazy back there.
You're good, brother.
It's all good. No worries.
Relax. That's Tito and Jermaine. I'm sorry. I
The
told
most
you.
appropriate names.
Exactly. But and I guess let's get a little bit up to speed. So just a little bit of background information. You are Brooklyn, as you're repping the Yankees back there. Brooklyn, New York native. You moved to Vegas in 2014, and upon moving to Vegas, I have absolutely seen you out working in Vegas. Which initially, I guess you got out there and you were trying to find means of work. So you started off as what would be the correct term for what would you call it?
Street performer. I was a
street performer. Okay, and then again, the power, and it's so crazy how things work nowadays. Like YouTube is so powerful.
Oh yeah.
One video, from what I read, one video that you've done out there of performing hit about 2 million views, and then I'm guessing you got a call from FSW's owner Joe DeFlacco, and it just went from there.
Yeah, I was into wrestling like since I was a kid. I've been a big wrestling fan. If I show you my room right now, you see this. I got every belt across my bed.
Yeah, I've seen.
You go in my room like, whose kid's room is this? No. Is that a Naruto headband? I'm like, listen. I got stuff signed by Hulk Hogan. I met, a Hurricane. I met, the Green Ranger from Power Rangers. I got like all this crazy memorabilia up there. And it was like, you're such a kid. I'm like, well,
there's no shame on it. If I only just turn this camera around.
I hear you. That's why I'm downstairs. I said in my room because you were like, why are you in your son's room? Well, because he's
actually,
no, there's no shame in it at all. So he gave you the call, or how did that come about?
I flew out. When I flew out here, I was interested in it, and I found my brother was looking for a wrestling place to really train and get into, and we found FSW, and it was like right by the airport. It wasn't too far from home. So like, yeah, we tried it out. So we paid. We started doing monthly type of payments type of thing, checking it out. And we fell in love with it. And after the owner realized I was Michael Jackson, he was like, "Oh, we can do something with that." I'm like, "Oh yeah." Well, he's like, "Well, you got something you want to do?" I was like, so I stood like for weeks working on a move and the Moonwalk DDT, what it was, because I was like, I wanted to make it Michael related, but I also wanted to make it something that looked like it would really hurt if I did it or something. So it was like, I had a little, those punching bags that just come back at you, the ones that stick up.
Speed.
I was one of those. I grabbed one of those and I'm just moonwalking with it across my backyard and dropping it on the floor. I'm like, you know what? That's not bad. Just trying to come up more Michael-ish things, but I want to keep it realistic as well. So
right on. And so from that video as well too, you got from what I read, you got another interesting call from now just being a street performer, but actually getting employment to having a show. That's a big deal.
It was a big deal because I started 3 years in the strip, so like working every day for $1, $2, $3 here and there, paying rent. I got 2 kids to support, so taking care of that. It was a hard deal. I was going hotel to hotel, so homeless for a year. But eventually got on my feet, learned how to do the music, dance my butt off. I went to the show at the MJ Live show constantly. I was always there. They're like, who's the hell's this other guy in the crowd over here? This other Michael Jackson guy. I'm just sitting there, I'm just sitting here watching the show. Love it. I wanted to be a part of the show, one day. I got cool with a couple of the Michaels there, and I guess it was they were down to like one Michael, and they're normally 7 days a week. So the other Michael there named Dallas, he got a hold of me and said, "Hey, you want to work in the show?" I said, "Do birds sit in the sky?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, so he got me this to start training and practicing. Next thing you know, I got to try out, shoot. I bust ass. I showed everything I got, and they kept me. I've been there for 2 years now, going on 3 years, working on 3 years.
Nice.
But it was a blessing, man. It took me out from the little apartments I was at to the house I'm at now with my mom, her husband, my brother. I got my family out here from Florida because of this. So like big change, and I hope to do bigger things,
Yeah, that's awesome.
That straight up sounds like a movie. Totally. I mean, going from doing it on the street to like doing it straight up on the stage and under the bright lights. That's awesome. Total
Someone
props
told me
for
in
that.
Florida. I started in Florida on the beach, dancing on the beach all the time, no makeup or nothing. Then they were like, you know what? You should be in Vegas. They flew me out here, and just to check it out, I never went back home. I just stood here and started from scratch, and literally worked my way up. And thanks to the other Michael, I got to the show, so that definitely helped out a lot. And I do a lot of charities, so I'm always doing that. That's another thing I was doing when I was on the strip. So
yeah, and it's crazy because like I visited Vegas a lot, and I've seen some of the street performers constantly just still out there. And I understand that it's definitely a struggle, and it's obviously when you go to Vegas, you can let the temptations of Vegas actually be a victim of it, or you can excel, and then most people could just be content with just the constant tip money that they're receiving every day. But to actually elevate to a point, you went in there, you kept working on your craft, you studied, you network, and you obtained a full-time job, your show. Like that's that you go on the website, you're there. Like it's your show along with the other Michael. Like that's a really big deal. I mean, like Will say, that's a movie. Things doesn't happen like that. You hear about Vegas stories, it's always bad.
Yeah, now you hear from a kid that comes from Brooklyn, New York, flew to Florida, lived from Florida to fly out here to not know nothing. Yeah, I've worked hard to get out there, man. I'm proud of it, but I do want to do more. I want to do a lot more. I got so much more to show, and so much talent or stuff that people say I want to give out there. So just show some more stuff.
And by everything you do, anybody that's a fan of yours or follow any of your social media accounts, they see that you constantly always give back. You're working with kids. You're just always being a good Samaritan. I mean, the one video when you found the stray dog and you drove around to figure out where the owner was at, I mean, that just speaks volumes. But the other thing I wanted to bring up too is the win-win entertainment. So how and if you can explain to the fans as well what that is, and how did you become a part of that of that group, and if you have any stories about it as well.
Well, I was just like working the strip. I heard about an organization that was a nonprofit, and they looking for people to, with talent to go out there and perform for, schools or hospitals, stuff to help the kids and, kids with cancer, kids that are, Down syndrome, whatever you can just to cheer them up, make them happy. And, I love doing that. I have 2 kids of my own, so making kids smile is what I love to do. So I'm a goofball anyway. So especially as Michael, then I have to learn some magic. So I started doing magic for the kids too as Michael. So Magic Mike, but not that Magic
Mike. Oh man.
But yeah, I talked to Win-Win Entertainment. And they Jeff Savilico is the one who's the founder of it. And he pulled me in and he let me do my first opening act at his show, that was on the strip right there at the Flamingo or at the Link. And it was like crazy to be able to part of that. But then he see that I had something and was giving me more stuff to do with the hospitals and asking me, do I have time? I took none but time out to do other charities. So I did like maybe 21 charities in a year, or maybe less, maybe more.
Wow.
They gave me an award for it. The Entertainer of the Year, Performer of the Year.
2015.
Yeah, I got like 4 awards from them just for what I was doing. And then I started working with another entertainment company or another nonprofit, and they just gave me another award recently for just the stuff I do for them, going out there and trying to show some love, make people smile, laugh, even if it's at me, at least they're smiling, they're having a good time.
Yeah, congratulations as well, man, and continue the good work. I mean, that's definitely giving it back for sure.
I just hope people learn from what I'm doing. Maybe they can do the same thing. It's one person at a time. You can make a change for real.
No doubt.
So how early on did you start doing Michael Jackson? Was this something like as a kid that you started, or was it more like in your teens? Or
6 years old, I loved Michael. I was dancing to Michael. Performing I was like in my teens, 18. I started doing the makeup, started wearing it when I was able to go inside of the clubs. Man, I started going to drag shows, because drag shows were like, they allow you to do anything you want. You can go there as a straight guy, gay guy, whatever, and perform.
Right.
And I don't discriminate. I was like, hey, I'm down for whatever. So they're like, yeah, would you want to come perform? I started winning, and I was like, oh, well, this Michael thing is pretty fun. I love doing what I'm doing, and that's what kind of led me to get to work on it even more, to You know, it's like, okay, these guys like what I can do, and I wasn't that great, but you know, and I worked harder, and they were like, man, you are fantastic. We love you. You're just like Tito. I said, what? Not Tito. I want to be like Janet, you know? But no, I started from the bottom up. Literally, my first thing as Michael ever. Like I wanted to meet Michael, so that's the whole reason I became Michael impersonator. I was thinking if I became one of the best ones out there, at least a good one, he would come and see me. You know, he would meet me because I know he loved other impersonators. So I worked as a Bond Jewelers as a sign holder, as Michael Jackson, holding a sign for 5 hours a day, sitting there spinning the sign and dancing the Michael Jackson stuff. That's what I did for like 2 years until I actually got into other gigs and Throw the World events. And man, I started literally everywhere. I tried to put my foot as much as in everyone's face as I could. You know, here I'm there, here I am, I'm there, I'm there. I'm here. Look, I got bubbles too. You know, and it was just everywhere.
Wow. So it was like, I guess initially it was like a self-taught thing, just like watching tons of Michael Jackson footage.
I watch
being
YouTube
a fan
videos every day, dude. YouTube videos nonstop. And I didn't have a mirror to really rehearse and practice the moves. So I'm here shadowing, just trying to mimic what I'm seeing and trying to feel it, Next thing you know, I'm getting better and better and better. And here I am now. I'm still trying to improve, I'm still watching. Oh, that's how he grabbed this crotch. Oh, he moved his lip right there. That's when he did it.
Yeah. all the little details that really make it come to life.
Movement. Yeah.
Yeah, I was definitely about to ask what was the training aspect to it, but I will ask this too. The presentity to it, like how do you go about getting the makeup done? How do you do you make your own outfits, or when you shop for outfits, how do you critique what's authentic or what's going to work for you, and as well as a combination of the training for both this and both for wrestling. Is it synonymous with each other? I know it's a lot of questions.
So your first one, the makeup, it takes me about an hour. I sit there and just kind of get mellowed out, relax, play some music or something. You might hear the Eye of the Tiger going on, like dun 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 dun, put it on, dun, dun, slap on powder, whatever. Then eyeliner, whatever. Well, I get into it, listen to music. I kind of listen to Michael. I learned from another Michael impersonator who taught me the makeup. So his name was Lane Lassiter. He passed away, but he was the guy who really showed me how to really look like Mike. To look the best I can look. If I don't look this good, I'm blaming him. So
he's a legend.
I love you, Lane. They don't like what I look like. It's your fault.
he's a legend. He's also really accredited for one of the most famous Michael Jackson impersonators out in Las Vegas as well. And I think he passed in 2017.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, yep.
Good guy, funny guy. I mean, looked just like Michael.
Yeah.
You can never tell. He went, he did every nationality Michael went to. Well, Michael was black, Puerto Rican, white. Michael changed all nationalities he had going on. So he was like with them.
Yeah.
But it was up to him. It was him and another friend of mine, Justin Dean, taught me makeup. They pulled me to the side, said, you need to use this and stop looking Puerto Rican. I was like, okay, I got you. So then we did that. For costume stuff, man, we look it up online. I try to find some stuff that's really close to Michael's stuff, authentic. This jacket here, I probably put more stuff to it and make it more Michael-ish. I put an armband on it. I'll, dock it up a little bit or have my grip. But like I order a lot of stuff online, or we make some of the Billie Jean pants. I make my own pants. I try to get on stripping for them to give you the sequence. I'm working on some new pants right now. They're gonna be pretty cool. Man, it's all here. It's like we gotta making it, or we ordering it, or I'm trying to create something cool, or I'm just getting like a blazer. I'm like, okay, we're gonna do this with this blazer. We're gonna do a dragon here. We're gonna have Elmo over here. Whatever. But
Lord knows from like all the years that Michael was around and all the different looks, there's so much to draw from and so many different like directions you can take the presentation. Which makes me think of this. What are your favorite eras of Michael Jackson that your personal favorites to portray?
I love all of Michael's eras. I love the dangerous one is the one I portray now. I try to portray the dangerous era. So because he was just like the movement, it's just that he was just like so confident in himself, and you could see like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I'm about to show you guys right now. It's like that video you ever see when he did Jam, when he comes popping out of the stage and he's just standing there.
Right.
Crazy. It'd be like 25 minutes went by, he ain't moved yet.
Yeah.
And he just turned his head a little bit. Everybody went crazy. An hour went by. He turned his head again. So it's like, yeah, it's like that confident. I love that. That's kind of my era. I feel like that sometimes because I get on stage, I feel like him, but I don't feel like me. I feel like, okay, I just changed. I'm Michael now. Here's what he would have gave you.
Yeah. I definitely was about to ask to talk about favorites and stuff. Now we do have to ask the most probably asked question you always get, but okay. I will say this may be a trick question, but it's really not a trick question because there's really only one real answer to this question. But so I'm gonna make sure I break it down so that is not trickery for you. I want to know, what do you consider his best album? But do you consider his best album your favorite album, or is it both the same album?
I can't complain because I love all his music. I love all his music. There's like nothing I didn't like. Maybe there's one album I didn't like, but there's like all of them. I was, they all had the hits. You had the one with Thriller, Billie Jean, Smooth Criminal. The Way You Make Me Feel. All the number one hits there. Is what really caught you. But I also love the ones that no one knows about. Like the unknown songs. Everyone's like, I've never heard that. Is that Michael? Yeah, that's Michael and Freddie Mercury. You didn't know they did that.
That's interesting. You bring that up. I was going to ask you about Bohemian Rhapsody because I do have a friend who was a really big fan, and so like she was giving me a lot of knowledge about the chemistry and relationship that Michael and Freddie Mercury had, and you can tell. I even said you can tell by some of the songs that you can like see his influence and touch on Queen as far as with the record and presentry and all that. So that's interesting that you're aware of that too. But obviously the best album is Off the Wall. But I think a lot of people tend to think that the best / favorite is Bad.
Yeah,
but that's for debate. Bad. Yeah,
they just like the picture.
Yeah,
they're like, yeah, he just looked bad. Michael could look any look he want. But they're like, oh, I like that bad look he had. I ain't like the zombie look. That was scary. I like the bad one.
So the MJ live show, which is at the Stratosphere, if I'm not mistaken, it is every night, 8:00 your time.
It starts at 7:00.
Oh, 7 o'clock.
6 o'clock doors open.
Okay. And that performance is that basically like is it based off the Bad tour?
No, it's basically a collage of stuff. It's like some of the greatest hits are on there. So you have you have Jackson 5 stuff. You have
okay.
You have a little mixture, basically. You have Off the Wall. You have one of the songs. You got a couple songs off the Wall, Thriller album. You have Beat It. They got a mixture of stuff.
It's a good combination of everything. Yeah.
So it's like you get your fix. You got Dirty Diana, The Way You Make Me Feel, Smooth Criminal. It's a lot of songs there. You get like 19 songs in the show. So
Wow.
And we change our costumes for each song, so you see all the outfits for the song. And and it's like watching Michael in concert. So when you go, there's not like we're live. So we're live,
right?
Goes live, live microphone going on, live band, So we got dancers. So it's like being at a concert and watching Michael. We just portraying Michael. I love you. Thank you, Tito. Put your shirt down.
So 19 songs. I'm guessing that's about roughly 2 hours. So
it's about an hour. It's an hour show.
Okay.
So we got to chop down enough to about an hour show. So
okay. But so yeah, to the question, because you didn't answer it. How do you just prepare for that? I mean, that is an entire show that you have to, a concert that you're doing every night, as well as everything you're doing during the day. But yeah, how do you prepare for that? What type of training are you doing for that? And again, how is that synonymous with probably the type of training and output that you're doing for wrestling as well?
Well, they're both different, the training, because Michael is more dancing. With wrestling, it's more physical, so it's a lot more. Make sure you know how you do your rolls, you can do your flips, you can take your bumps, you can bounce off the rope, you can do this. So it's different when I'm in training. I'm in training mode. I'm not as Michael mode, but different when So but I still put in my little bit of a Michael there because I've been practicing Michael stuff. So I just kind of add them together to when I can feel like there is a good fix for them, like the Moonwalk DDT. I thought of that and dropped, and I was like, oh, that'd be pretty cool. Do that, blah blah blah. But
so the creative is still working for both.
Yeah, it's still different training because you're working on strength and athleticism, which you got the FSW. Me, I'm working on more speed and movements and facial expressions and popping the head and getting the movements of the neck, all that. So it's a different ball game. So you got two different trainings going on.
Yeah.
So when I mix them up, it's a third training going on.
Yeah, I see.
I can see how they would play off each other, though.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say.
You have the finesse of like the dancing that definitely also plays into like when you're wrestling with the whole working with whoever you're wrestling, getting around the ring and just positioning
choreography
stuff.
for sure.
Yeah, it definitely goes together.
Yeah, it works. It works good for me when it comes to going in the ring. So I already have it in mind how I'm gonna work it. It's gonna go pretty smooth. Like I got the move. You know how when we circle the ring, I'm sliding sideways now. So I'm sliding over. So I'm just like, what you want to do? What you?
Yeah, you're still working both the crowds. I mean, obviously everything's going to take a bunch of cardio or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's that's cool. I don't know. Could Michael ever be a bad guy in wrestling?
I don't know. He was bad, right? He did the bad album. I can show him who's bad. They see me as a nice guy. They don't want to see Michael get mad. I have to show him who's a smooth criminal, I don't care if they're black or white. They're going to get it.
Oh, the promos like write themselves.
Oh, for sure. All right.
Okay, so we've seen you against Drake in the video. Are there other celebs that we should be expecting to see Michael Jackson possibly locking horns with in the ring?
I'm hoping to lock horns with Prince.
Oh, I didn't even think of that combination.
So maybe a Prince impersonator want to go at it, or an Elvis, whatever, one of the kings and princess, one of the guys.
that can write itself for sure.
I'll make that purple rain, His doves will cry when he messes with Michael Jackson. I'm just sorry.
Oh my God.
I want to know, at what point did this become with the idea of saying this can be a career? When did it hit? What was it, when you got the job at the Stratosphere, or at what point did it just went from I'm just trying to survive to like ultimately I'm all in for this is going to be my career?
I was in for this for a while. I was like, I love performing. I love entertaining, and being Michael, I get to do that. I get to entertain and make people laugh, smile. And I love to do it. So it's like, I take on a lot more stuff to it. But I thought about it. And it's like, what do I want to do? I want to keep focused. Do I want to go get a 9-to-5 job, work at McDonald's and flip burgers for a living? And do I leave a legacy or try to do something? And I have kids, so I want my kids to be like, that was my dad. My dad worked his butt off he came from the gutter and worked his way up. And this is how I'm going to live my life and be just like my dad and do the right thing. So the right thing's going to happen to me. So.
Right on. I definitely like the videos. I see you with your kids, and you're not only do you bring joy to him, but even any area or any environment you are, it's just all very positive and uplifting. So it just shows the type of magnet of a person you are, no matter where you're at.
I just try to be a good person. I would like to treat people the way I like to be treated. I was as a young kid. Treat people how you want to be treated.
Yeah,
I want to be treated good. I want to be, hey, hi to everybody. I don't want people walk by like, why is this guy looking at me? Because I just said hi. I don't want $1. I don't want nothing.
I know, right? Now, here's another tough question. And you can completely plead the fifth if you want. So, of all the shows that I've seen out in Vegas, of Michael Jackson shows, I have not seen the MJ Live, but we're gonna make that happen, right?
Yeah, you better get your butt out here. I got you,
my man. But I have seen both of the Circus Olay's, Michael Jackson the one, which I believe is still there at the where is it at? Mandalay Bay, yeah. And then I've seen the MJ the Mortal World Tour Circus Soleil when they were touring. Have you seen the two of them?
I've seen the Mandalay Bay one, MJ1. I've seen that one.
I was going to ask you which one did you feel was better, but outside of your show, so that one's more of a Cirque du Soleil, and it's more the theatrics of things that's happening. Where yours is more of a concert, real live concert experience. And so the dynamics of what you get is totally different, which means you definitely have to see both, you know, whenever you go out there, or depending on which your MO. But absolutely seems like you want to definitely, if you're a hardcore fan, you definitely want to go see the concert because the focal point is the concert, right?
Oh yeah,
right.
Oh yeah.
All right. So I got a story about when I went to go see the one, but I'll tie it into this question.
Go for it.
So being out in Vegas and also just from stalking your social media and stuff, you have met an array of celebrities from all different genres, everything. And from being out in Vegas, you just never know who's going to be out there and just so on. But has there ever been somebody that's just completely made you starstruck that you just lost all your marbles?
Not really. The only person that would actually blow me like that, like what blew my mind, would be Michael. You know, Michael. He's the only one I was looking forward to meeting. You know, like those celebrities, like it was cool. I love meeting other celebrities. Like I met, Braun Strowman. You know, when I saw him, I thought like I was just like, oh shit, it's Braun Strowman. What's up, man? How you doing? You know, just like so a regular guy. We doing regular things. You know, I'm gonna call the same business. So I was like, hey, yeah, how you doing? I hope you're doing good. Keep on the good work. That's it. Took a picture with him, and it wasn't like my underwear. I gotta go change them right now. Hold on a second. So it was never like that.
Yeah, I definitely saw he kind of photobombed you. That's a big guy to be photobombing. He like took over the whole photo.
Yeah, like okay. Yeah, I was like, you want a photo with me? Come on, let's do this. I whispered in there like, I'm the Michael Jackson guy, right? He's like, yeah, I heard of you. I know who you are. I was like, that's great. That's great. And I moonwalk DDT,
We gotta save that spot for WrestleMania. That's a WrestleMania spot right there. We gotta save that one for a big payday.
Yeah. You're damn right. Damn, get these hands. He's gonna get the Jackson glove.
There you go.
So
get these stickies. No.
So when I went to see the one, the first time I'd seen it, I was sitting in like the middle back area, and like I said, it was a lot going on. So I'm just like searching all over, just like trying to just get a grasp of everything that's going on. But one thing I noticed towards the end of the show was that a lot of the entertainers was running off the stage, and I was just like, where are they going? They all ran out to the right side of the crowd and just was running out, and they were like hugging somebody. I was like, okay, I couldn't really see because it was dark. So anyway, I was leaving out, and I decided, I was like, oh, I'm gonna tweet how good the experience was. I had a really good time, and while I'm tweeting like a hardcore millennial, I'm not looking, and I'm like looking down, and I bumped somebody. And this lady was like, oh, it's okay, sweetie. Could you believe who it was? I think you have a hunch.
It was Catherine. Yeah. I know she goes to the show. Yeah, I know her and the kids go.
I couldn't believe it. That's literally the one time this was like, wow. I don't even know if I even got the tweet out. I didn't buy
Did you wash your shoulder?
Huh?
Did you wash your shoulder?
No. No, it was completely numb for at least my whole duration of that trip. And like I didn't buy any merch because I just couldn't even believe what was just happening. I was like, wow. I was like, How do you get that close to bump into Mrs. Jackson? Wait a second. Where's the security at? That's some security. Every aspect of it was just beyond me. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it at all. Like I lost my friends, and like I was just like, again, being a hardcore millennium, just looking down, and I bumped. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. So, oh, it's okay, sweetheart. And I was just like, holy, oh man, good times. The only time that actually did happen to me, I was working the strip in front of Paris, and I'm moonwalking. I'm doing my performance. I had another friend dressed as Michael. He's standing to the side, and he's just kind of controlling the music. And I bump into some guy, some bigger dude, and he kind of grabs me and hugs me.
And I just like looking around like, who's this big guy hugging me? And you know, I see he had $100 bill in his hand, so I was like, okay, I'll let him hug me for a little bit longer. Come to turn around, it was Tito. It was his birthday, and I turned around and look at him. He's like, "Hey, yeah, I'm Tito. You know, you're dancing to my brother's music. You guys are really good. You're doing a good job." So he hands me $100, and I'm like, but I didn't even think to take a photo with it. I'm like, hey, start this music over. Start it over.
Yeah, exactly.
I became Mexican right then. I was like, oh, hey, start it over, man. Let's do it right now. You know, I'm jumping right into the music, trying to start over. He's watching me. Like I did three, 4 songs. He watched it to the 4th song, slowly kind of crept away, watching me as he entered the building. I was like, that was Tito. Come to find out it was his birthday, so he was out there hanging out. I was like, wow. That was the only time that blew my mind. I was like, that was Tito. Why didn't I take a photo with him? What am I thinking?
Yeah, it's just one of those type of things. You're just like, wow, it happened. That's just forever going to be my memory, you know?
And I ran into Jerry the King Lawler out there before too, walking the strip.
Yeah, I've met him. Really nice guy as well too. Now that's somebody if you want to get some wrestling knowledge from, you definitely want to take 5 to 10 minutes out of your life and pick his brain, because he's one of those type of guys that just change your whole perspective on things.
Oh, he was such a cool guy, real humble guy.
Yeah.
I was dressed up as a Power Ranger at the time, bugging him to take a picture, and he's like, sure. And then I met him again as Michael, like the next day at a Denny's to go eat, and he's like, I remember you. I'm like, yeah, I told you I was Michael last time. We took a photo, you know, exchanged numbers and stuff, and like, he was supposed to come see the show, so he's probably gonna pop in and watch the show too.
He's the king of Memphis and the king of pop.
He's a big comic book fan, so any convention he's there. That guy's at every big convention. Considering that you're a comic book nerd yourself, and you definitely have a really
everybody.
Oh, look, nerds are winning nowadays, so you tell everybody. And you're a good artist as well too. Drew like a full array of characters. Obviously, you're a Michael Jackson impersonator, but you also have a background in cosplay, as you already brought up. I mean, it just seems like everything as far as like the tools you needed to succeed in your career were just all instilled in you. Like the story you can't just write this stuff. You know what I mean? Being, you know, having that animated mind and then just the vision and being free also too as well. I think that it just all worked out in your favor for sure. Yeah, and you said you met JDF, who's another cool guy. I've met him as well as at cons as well. But since we're going to talk about a little bit of comic book stuff really quick, just going to ask you just quick, fast 3 questions. DC or Marvel?
Oh, you know I like Marvel, right? Okay.
My man. There you go.
We'll talk about anime real quick. Dragon Ball or Naruto?
I don't know. I haven't seen that one yet. Dragon Ball Z stuff. I always love my Dragon Ball Z. So,
okay, so Dragon Ball and Naruto, fine. And then obviously, just ask a quick gaming question: PlayStation or Xbox?
I'm playing PlayStation, but I also have Xbox too.
All right. And I would assume you, like most of us, waited 13 years to get Kingdom Hearts. So I would assume that is in your room.
I'm playing that currently as we speak.
My man.
I had just made it to the Frozen Island.
My man.
Talking to the princess now. I ready to beat Red Dead. That's over.
My man. So I just want to steer back just a little bit into the wrestling stuff really quick before we wrap it up. So obviously that your full-time career is MJ Live, being Michael Jackson. How far do you want to take your wrestling career?
As far as I possibly can. If I can wind up in WWE, AEW, anywhere, anybody picks me up and I can continue to wrestle. Because this is what I loved since I was a kid. I love wrestling. So I love Michael Jackson as well. So it's like to be able to do both of my things that I'm passionate about. It's fun. So it's even more. I think I could do more with it if I was given more opportunity. So. Yeah,
it's definitely a crazy time of wrestling now where you definitely have options as far as success. There's no one trick way of doing it. And, it's the landscape is just different. And, how people get their way or find their path is totally been shaken up. So you really just don't know. But what about some people you would like to work with that comes into FSW?
What was that?
What about some people that you would like to work with that comes in FSW?
We have one of the twins, one of Uso's brothers there working with us right now and training with us.
Really?
Yeah, he's Safa. You can check him out. He's out. He's a couple things on FSW posting with him. He just became the new one of the new champions.
Yeah.
So, I believe the Nevada State champion.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. So, but yeah, he's a new champ right now, and
okay,
he's doing big things. I see him ready to step out. I'd like to work with him. He seems really cool. I mean, I got to wrestle with him a little bit, I did the King of Pop elbow drop onto him. So I thought that was cool. But, I would actually work with him in a wrestling or even tag with him. It'd be cool. As myself, though, I have to come out of this and try to look like But, no, he's really cool. Sabu, I would like to work with him. He seems really cool. I would love to do something with him. Even Extreme Rule type stuff, even if we went at it, that'd be cool too,
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get extreme on you.
And go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just like, it's so many names up there. There's so many good guys there that to work with. These guys are awesome. Like you got Owens, you got Damian Drake, you got just so many names that spit out. It's hard to say. Mondo, the Mondos, both of those guys are awesome. There's just so many hard to remember names, but
yeah,
every one of those guys are really, really great to work with. But like I said, I would love to work even maybe a match with Jake. Have a Jake the Snake, and DDT, Moonwalk DDT. Even if we tag team together, I think that would be great. There's two DDTs together.
Yeah,
exactly. A stereo action.
Yeah.
Looking to break another 2 million view video, I see.
I'm trying to bring it up even worse. We're trying to blow the internet up with the explosion going on. That's the next thing. We never know what's going to happen, So
yeah, it's talking about Jake the Snake, it is truly remarkable just to see this guy still, recovered and still being able to get back to his passion. I mean, from watching the documentary with DDP, just seeing this guy and then, being able to see somebody that's been influenced by him is just really a remarkable thing. And yeah, you're entirely right. When you look at the FSW, the shows they promote, and it's like the abundance of talent that's coming in, I mean, you're just within good company knowing that you never know who's going to come next month or next show, and just being able to have 5 minutes just to gain experience from just anybody is just amazing.
Shoot, they recently, while I was working, that my classmates had RVD come into class.
Oh, yeah.
When they were sitting there teaching the class, I was so mad. I was like, why me? Why me? I had to work that day, the glove.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Well, I think that's about right. But did you have anything else where you want to cover before we...
We really hit all of it. I see FSW's got a show this Saturday, February 9th in Vegas, New Blood Rising. So we can give that a little plug since they got that coming up.
That's right. Do you know what will be the next show that we will see Santana Jackson in action in the squared circle?
He might be showing up to the 9th. So, you might see me there with a little bit of something. I might have something for somebody. You never know.
Right on.
There you go.
Go ahead and plug that again, Will.
Yeah, February 9th, Las Vegas, Nevada, New Blood Rising. That's going to be at 6035 Harrison Drive, suite number 5, it says, 7 p.m. And let's see, of course, Future Stars of Wrestling is at FSW Vegas on Twitter. And of course, they also got the Facebook. They got all that out there. Yeah. Future Stars of Wrestling, they're easy to find. They've been around a long time, and God, they're always running shows in Vegas. I know when I was out there last time, they had a show going on that weekend. So reputable names passing through there all the time.
Also, I was going to say real quick. Let's just quickly talk about that video of you and Maryland native Rich Swan.
Oh yeah, he's cool as hell. He's so cool. I met him before the show because with FSW, we also work with like Impact. When Impact comes in town, we help them. We set up with a ring.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm there as a guest. I help the classmates. I'm not just, I'm still in makeup. I'm helping them set up the ring, clean it up, break it down, carry stuff. Like, what's Michael Jackson lifting bars and doing all? I'm part of the class. What are you talking about? This, I don't mean nothing.
Putting in work.
That's right. So I met him when I was doing all that. He's like, hey, man, you seem like a cool cat. We took a photo. He knew all about me. Of course, he's doing the Michael stuff when he enters the ring, doing the beat steps.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. So I'm hoping next time he comes back, me and him going to work on something. Maybe I could do a surprise guest spot on Impact with him. So
that would be cool.
That's another thing. Cool. But he was so cool. He wearing my T-shirt. He got the Moonwalk DDT shirt. I gave him one of the shirts. He gave me one of his shirts. So I rock one of his shirts when I'm training. He even did it for an interview when he was on Impact Wrestling. He had the shirt on. They would ask him questions. They're like, oh, that's my shirt. That's what I'm talking about. But he got some love for it. He thinks it's a real cool move. He's like, yo, that thing is funny. They got kicks off of it. So
right on.
It brought Kool-Aid smiles. That's all I can say.
Right on. Well, definitely you want to take this opportunity to plug your social medias and also to your show where they can find you each and every night out there.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and children of all ages, I'm proud to tell you I am at MJ Live Stratosphere. That's at 7 o'clock. The show starts. You see me there Fridays and Saturdays, unless my brother's on tour. Then he's there before me. Then I'm there a couple extra days. Oh, he's there. Either way, we switch it back and forth. But you'll catch me or Giles Franca. Me, I'm Santana Jackson. You can find me on your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, your Twitter, your MySpace. I don't even know what that is anymore. I don't know if they still have that. You'll find me all around the place. I'm everywhere. I'm in the hospitals, not because I'm hurt, because I'm there showing some love. Okay. Shoot, just look me up. You find me a little bit of YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Just Santana Jackson on Instagram, Santana.7Jackson, and Facebook to Santana Jackson. And
if you can't find any of that stuff, it is in always in our description and under the video podcast. So you definitely check that out, give a follow, and look at all the work that he's putting in. Catch him training, catch him in ring action, catch tiplets of his life, catch him doing charitable work, helping out with the kids. Check him out at MJ Live if you're in Las Vegas. And like you said, he's everywhere. He's just one more move from being electrifying and another viral video taking off. So,
we're trying.
Stay tuned for sure. But again, man, we thank you so much for taking time. I know you got to get ready to get. Is it showtime tonight or you?
This is for you guys. So today I'm just relaxing. This is all for you guys. No, I just want to be in a photo shoot. I'm already in makeup. I'm doing some photo shoots.
Always ready. A true entertainer. Always ready.
Gotta be ready to grab those opportunities.
You never know. People don't always want to see my normal face. They're like, nah, we want to see the Michael face. So I show them Michael face. Look, I did eyes and everything. This is not easy to do. All of my eyeball. I'm like, do I have pink eye today? No. I got eyeliner eye. That's what I got. Well, no, thank you guys for having me, man. I appreciate being on here. It was lots of fun. Like again, just follow me. You find me everywhere. Hopefully I'll start doing some more YouTube stuff and posting. I'm still learning all the social media stuff. So sorry if I'm not Twittering all the time. I don't know about the bird thing.
Hey man, you got a full slate of things you have to do each and every day. But we wish you the best and everything. We definitely want to have you back on soon, and much success in all your ventures and your career. And again, thank you for coming on tonight for sure.
Oh man, thank you for having me. I really do appreciate both of you guys. I hope you guys have a great time and keep up the great work. Keep on doing your interviews, man. I'll keep watching you guys and big old hee.
We appreciate it. And everybody that tuned in tonight, thank you so much. And definitely stay tuned. Catch us for more exclusive interviews and podcasts.